This video is for those who are thinking, I'm new to trading, I don't know where to start. This is where you start, okay? This is the foundation, the base of all traders, so make sure you learn it well. What's up guys, it's Zen here with Zen Trading Academy. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about all things candlesticks. And I guarantee that by the end of the video, you will know how to read candlesticks even if you have no prior knowledge. And as usual, I need your help to smash the like button and subscribe if you have not already. These videos take a lot of time, and as a kind gesture, I hope you can help me smash the like button. Now let's jump right in. So what is a candlestick? A candlestick is basically a way to visualize price movement, right? It shows you the direction that the price is moving. This candlestick holds a lot of valuable information that we're going to break down today. So why candlesticks? Right? If you look at the most common price graphs, it doesn't show you much information. It usually only shows you the closing price and it forms this little line graph, right? But with candlesticks, you get a story with each candle. Now let me explain. How do you read candlesticks? So candlesticks are usually in two colors, green and red. A green candlestick means that the price closed higher than the open, and vice versa. A red candlestick shows that price closed lower than the opening price. The four pieces of information to each candlestick are the open, the high, the low, and the close. So what it means is that in this candle, the price opened right here, moved to a low right here, managed to push up all the way to a high of this price level and close at this line. Vice versa for the red candle, it shows that the price opened up here, dropped to a low right here and closed low. So these are the four pieces of information that we're going to use to analyze the candlesticks, right? So there are common jargons that we use when we talk about candlesticks. The body refers to the big block in the center, and the wick refers to the lines at the top and the bottom of each candle. So now that we know the jargon and what each part of the candlestick means, how do we tell a story with candlesticks? Let me show you a few examples of how different candles can tell completely different stories. If you've ever heard size doesn't matter, bullshit. Size does matter in candlesticks. So the first candlestick you can see right here shows a huge green body. So the candle tells us that the price opened down here, pushed up to a high above, and had a small rejection at the top. So what does this candle tell us? This huge green candle tells us that the buyers were in control because the buyers managed to push the price all the way up and the sellers only managed to fight a little bit here. Okay, now moving on to the second candle, what can we tell from this candle? The price opened below here, pushed up to a high, but closed near the open here. In this candle, we can see the sellers were in control because they managed to push back the pressure from the buyers and make the candle close very, very low. It is shown by this huge wick here that shows a huge rejection. And the third candle is slightly weird. It shows indecision, indecisiveness of the market because the price opened right here. It pulled all the way up, it pulled all the way down, but ended up closing very close to the opening price. Right? This is basically a tug of war between buyers and sellers, and there's no significant advantage to either side. Okay, usually when the price closes very close to the open, we call this a doji, and this is a sign of indecisiveness in the market. Now on to the red candles. Same logic applies. A big red candle with small rejection shows that the sellers are in control and that the buyers could not fight back. But the second candle shows that the buyers had enough power to push the price back up close to the open. Similar to the previous doji, this candle shows indecision in the market because the price closed very close to the opening price and formed wicks above and below, which shows that the price was getting pulled up and down. Now, other than size, the time frame matters as well. If you're looking at the 1 minute chart, it tells you the story of the price action only within the past minute. But if we look at a 5 minute chart, it's a collection of 5 1 minute charts. Let me give you an example. Here are two 1 minute charts, right? What do you think the 2 minute chart is going to look like? Quite simple. The 2 minute chart looks like this. Now, how do we determine what a candlestick will look like in different time frames? We go back to the open, high, low, and close. So we can see that it opened down here, which is where the 2 minute candle opened as well. Pushed to a high here, and it closed the first minute candle here. However, since it's the 2 minute candle, we have to take into account the action of the second candle as well. We can see that the second candle pushed all the way up to a high right here and had a small selling rejection that made the candle close down here. So is reflected on this 2-minute candle where the price was pushed all the way up and closed right here. Now here's another example. What do you think the 2-minute candle will look like? This might be slightly harder to visualize because there's two different directions that the candles are headed towards. But at the end, this is what the candle looks like in the 2-minute. Let's give it a quick analysis again. The first minute candle opened right here. Remember, red candles mean closing is below the open price. So the opening price is right here, which is reflected on the 2-minute candle. Even though the price pushed down and closed lower on the first minute candle, the second candle managed to push back up above the opening price and close up here. So we can see that reflected on the 2-minute candle. It opens on the first minute candle, closes where the second minute closes, but the wicks show the history, right? The wicks tell us that at some point in this candle, the price was as low as this and as high as this. Now let's move on to something harder. This is 5 1-minute candles. What do you think the 5-minute candle will look like? Feel free to pause the video if you need some time to figure this out. Let me give you some assistance. Do you think it's A, B, or C? The correct answer will be B, right? So these 5-minute candles all combine into these 5-minute candles. Now let's break it down step by step to how we arrive to this candle. We start with the first candle, and this is how the 1-minute candle will look like. It opened down here and it closed up here. Now let's take into account the second minute. The second minute continued pushing up, so the candle continued pushing up and closed where the second minute closed. With the third minute, it pushed even higher, closed where the third minute closed. But when the fourth candle comes in, the price action reversed and it closed lower on the 4th minute candle. This caused the 4-minute candle to close where the 4th minute closed, but it left a wick here because the price was at one point in time this high, as you can see over here on the 3rd minute candle. And with the 5th candle, this is where the 5-minute candle will close, and it follows the last minute's candle closing. So in the 5 minutes, it opened on the 1st minute candle, pushed all the way up, which we can see on the wick, but it closed below the opening price, and that is why we have a red candle on the 5 minute. Now that you understand how to tell the story behind candlesticks, how do you use them to trade? Even though candlesticks are the foundation to all things trading, they are not enough to trade on their own. But don't look down on candles. Candles in trading are like alphabets in language. They are the foundation. So make sure you watch this video over and over again until candlesticks become second nature. You should use candlesticks to understand how the price has been moving and to form your analysis on the stock before deciding to trade on it. For example, on this price action, you can use the candlesticks to draw a very clear trend line that the stock is uptrending. And as a bonus, here are some common candlestick patterns that you should know, as these are very easy to spot and usually show some bias towards either direction. I'm going to start by going through some bullish candlestick patterns, the first one being bullish engulfing. It's called engulfing because the second candle engulfs the whole range of the first candle, right? This shows that the buyers were strong enough to reject all of the selling pressure and push the price higher than the previous candle. The second pattern is called morning star. We can see a doji candle here which shows indecisiveness after a bearish candle. If the price action goes from downwards to indecisiveness to upwards, it's a very clear sign of a reversal, right? And the third one is tweezer bottom. This one is very straightforward because you can see the 2 wicks at the bottom, right? So the price was pushed down by the sellers, but the buyers managed to reject it a bit. And on the second candle, they rejected it enough to push the price back up. So this is another example of a bullish candlestick pattern that shows that the price action is reversing. And on the flip side, there's the bearish engulfing, the evening star, and the tweezer top. All of them carry the same logic, just on the other direction. Bearish engulfing, there are enough sellers to push through all the buying pressure. And the second one, after a move upwards, indecisiveness, and a move downwards shows that the upwards trend is reversing. Same for the tweezer top. When the buyers came in, the sellers managed to reject the price up here and they managed to push the price back down, which shows that the sellers are back in control. So I hope this quick video helped you understand candlesticks a lot better. Even though it's basic, it is the fundamentals of trading. So I really do suggest you rewatch this video until you're very familiar with candlesticks. If you're new to trading, make sure you head over to my next technical basics video on support and resistance to continue learning. Thank you all for watching this quick little video. Make sure you smash the like button and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.